Hey everyone, it's Hydro Pump here. Today I got a special video. I am going to be going over one of the top 16 deck lists from the RBET Moreno Valley that happened this past weekend, hosted by E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! And the tournament had around 200 players, which is pretty big for Edison format. And so it was, and there was a live stream for it, so we got to see a lot of coverage. So if you want to see the live stream, go check out E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! He makes a lot of videos, and he has the whole thing streamed live under the live section. So go check him out if you don't already know about him. But yeah, we're going to be going over one of the deck lists. He covered the top 8 deck lists here in this video, and he was grateful enough to, hand out the other the top 16 deck lists, so 9th through 16th. Pretty much there was a top 16 playout, and whoever lost that, he's given out those deck lists for other content creators to go through. So that was very nice of him. So he managed to give me one of them. And yep, we're gonna go over the deck list of Isaiah Barrera. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He was second after Swiss. And it was 8-round tournament, and he went 7-1. So very, very impressive. And he was playing Vayu Turbo. Now, Vayu Turbo is like one of the, most popular decks. It's really good. He has some interesting tech options and just things I saw just looking at the deck list. So I'm just gonna, briefly go through them and talk about them. And yeah, so just some talking points. Anyways, yeah, just jumping into the deck list. Most of these things are gonna be like standard to Vayu list, but he's on 3 Grepher to 1 Armageddon Knight, whereas most lists play 2 and 2. 3 Grepher is something that it's enticing to play just because like you can ditch Vayu. You can get Vayus out of the hand. You have these other guys like Necrogarden and Plague that you want out of the hand, and this kind of gets things going really quick. Whereas Armageddon Knight's kind of small, and you need one piece already to have Armageddon Knight be useful. So maybe he likes 3 Grepher, and he's playing the 3 Sirocco, which I think is pretty standard at this point. If you're thinking of playing 3 Grepher, I maybe think of playing like what's the Elf and the Raven? Just like 1 copy, so like 1 Elf and 3 Sirocco, but I don't know if that's gonna be too clunky or not. He's on the 2 Caius, which majority of players play 2 Caius. I got topped the tournament playing 3 Caius earlier this year, but 2 is definitely acceptable. And he is main decking Gores with 2 oppression. So you usually see builds playing like Gores. They're gonna be playing Gores. They're gonna be like main decking 0 oppressions or just 1. But this is the first deck list I've seen main deck Gores and 2 oppressions. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know. I wonder if they conflicted at all. You could always like just drop Gores first and then set oppression, or if they take out oppression then Gores is live. They're probably not expecting Gores most of the time in Vayu, but it's something interesting there. And then Necrogarden is pretty important, especially since you're playing 3 Grepher. This gives you a good card to ditch with Grepher, because say you were in an instance where you have like Reinforcement of the Army and Dark Grepher, you can go Rhoda for Necrogarden and just dump it, rather than just having like all these like send monsters in your hand, because otherwise you would have to go like because you'd just be stuck with Armageddon Knight and Grepher. So you either go like Grepher for Grepher, or Grepher ditch Armageddon Knight, or wait around for Grepher. So just like having another warrior in the deck that's good to ditch I think it's really good. I like the Necrogarden when I played the deck a lot. Something that's been shown off a lot by 10FD on online tournaments is he's popularized the Spirit Reaper in the main deck of a Turbo. It looks strange on paper, and I was kind of against it, but it's actually just really good. You can stall with it. You can just poke, give your opponent's resources. It's just kind of a sticky card to get rid of. They may think it's a Reiko, and then just kind of, throw some small guy out there like an opposing Vayu or like a Treeborn Frog or just I don't know, something that's tiny to throw out there, and it's gonna end up being Spirit Reaper. So it's kind of like just kind of mess your opponent up a little bit. So yeah, Spirit Reaper's pretty good, and so I've been seeing a lot more builds playing it. And we're going with the one Hamster. Now this is something that I've just been kind of thinking of recently, because people cite a lot of like hate against Vayu Turbo in the forms of like mind control or knowing a cross out. And you've been seeing builds in the past playing upwards the 2 Hamster or like Hamster in charge, but maybe even like it might be good to have like a really low count of these like flip effects. Like yeah, Hamster Raikou Caius is really ideal and really powerful play, but all the other decks are gonna go out of their way to like make that not as impactful. So it rarely works out to where you go like, okay, they're gonna run into my Hamster, I'm gonna get Raikou, and then I'm gonna pop for Raikou and Summon Caius. It's just like doesn't always work out that way, and then they're citing hate on top of that to deal with it. So I can kind of agree with this, like going down the 1 Hamster and then playing the 3 Raikou without like charge or any of that. So like maybe playing like stuff like Sangan could be okay. Or just like other guys you can just set just to bluff like mind control target, and then they're like, oh well, that was a neg 1. So yep, that's just like some food for thought. So that's pretty much all the monsters. Then you got the 6 staple spells. You can't really go wrong with these 6. Some builds play Book of Moon. I think Book of Moon's worth it if you play probably Elfin the Raven, just so you can go like, okay, Greffer, ditch Vayu, send Elfin, then you get Armor Master, and then if you go Armor Master attack, and then go Dimensional Prison, you can Book of Moon it, and then Armor Master is going to have an effect now because it was set. So I think that's like pretty much the only reason you'd probably main Book of Moon. It's kind of niche anyways, but it comes up and kind of makes your Armor Master like a Spirit Reaper in a sense. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, the rest of the spell is pretty much staple. And as for the traps, we have Dust Tornado is a one of. Been seeing this a lot in lists, just like the main anywhere 1 to 3 Dust Tornado, just to deal with the back row. And we got the 3D Prison and Mirror Force. I always see people play Mirror Force, but I'm just not really a fan, to be honest. I guess it's good against like the Titanium decks that have been showing up recently. Amaryllis is good against that deck just because Titanium can't negate this. But I've always been like more of a fan of the D Prison. But I guess it's good to have a mix. And so this is kind of like more of like a grindy list just because it has a lot of battle traps and stuff like that. And you can capitalize on the 2 oppression that are in the main deck. And yeah, the rest of the traps are pretty much your staples. And we are on a 41 card list, so I don't think it really matters if it's on 41 or not. Just kind of just seeing if you have an extra card you really want to play, then go for it. As for the sideboard, this kind of looks like a 10FD sideboard to some extent. He has the Thunder Kings on the side and the Starlit Roads, so those are cards that he sides a lot. And Thunder King can be good against stuff like zombies and stuff like that. And if people are bringing in like stuff like Nox and Mind Control, Thunder King could be good just to switch it up on them and just have like a beater on the field. We got the 1 Smash and Ground, and we have a good amount of 1-ofs in this, 1 and 2-ofs in the sideboard. 1 Smash. I guess this will go against like Vandy's Fiend potentially, or just like beater decks. Then you get the 2 Rug and 2 Dinos for the Frog matchup, and you can also do Rugs and Thunder Kings for Machina. If you realize there's no Cyber Dragons in the side deck, or Chimera taking the extra. So I decided to like forego that, and it's like you probably have like good coverage between the pulling the Rugs, the Thunder Kings, the Prisons, and Royal Oppression here. So, and even Smash and Ground if you want to go for that. So yeah, those are all the good coverage cards against Machina, whereas Cyber Dragon would be really good against Machina. I guess even Cyber Dragon conflicts with Oppression in a sense, so this Cyber Dragon's really not that great unless you're trying to like force like the Kaya summon like turn 1 if you're playing it's like a Hamster Ryko mirror, for instance, and you're going second. It's good just to go like, okay, Cyber Dragon, summon Kaius, banish your guy. Or against a recruiter deck that works too. But outside of that, Cyber Dragon's not really that great. Doesn't do a whole lot. It'll be good against the machine decks, but like again, you already have like decent coverage against those. And yeah, so that's kind of like my thought on that. So I think Cyber Dragon's kind of fading out the side deck a little bit. Like it's becoming less and less good. And we have the extra Dust Tornado, and then we got 2 deck devs. You know, I'm just not really feeling this card as of late. Like it's just not really that great against frogs. Well, frog heroes anyways, because they can kind of like split up their game plan a lot. It would probably be against the frog burn deck because they have the turbo rocket guy, and I mean it's good against fairy, but I feel like you should already have a decent time with fairies because you have Reiko Caius in your deck. I guess quick draw, we should already have a good quick draw matchup. So I guess it's like more of a blowout card potentially. Even though my teammate Red Coco was playing with Vayu Turbo recently and he got blown out because he decked Devastation Virus, a quick draw player, for like 4 cards, and the guy summoned Kaiku after that and then just couldn't deal with it. So it is a bit cost just to tribute your guy just like off the bat. So this is something to consider. And we have the 1 Crow. I was thinking, Crows either want to maximize a card or like not play it, just because like you can then side against frogs, for instance, where you can go Crow. But I guess if you're siding just the 1, then it keeps it from you just like opening a bunch of crows and your hand being mediocre, which can be like can definitely happen. And then you have the 1 Compulsory that's good against stuff like zombies in the mirror match. Zombies can kind of be a pain to deal with for this deck if you don't have Royal Oppression, which I think they're gonna be prepared for. If they deal with Royal Oppression or you just don't have it, then it actually kind of becomes a hard matchup in a sense. So Compulsory is kind of good there. And then of course it's good in the mirror where you can just compulse an Armed Wing and there goes their little value. And again, there's no Chimera Tech in the extra deck, but we're going with 2 Starless Dragon because we have 2 Starlight Road. I remember I played in a tournament with Vayu and I was playing as Black Wings and I opened 2 Starlight Road. I was doing something similar here where I was siding 2 Road and I opened 2 Starlight Roads. I actually could have won if I had a second Stardust in my extra deck, but I only had 1. And I, actually lost. So I'm a big fan of doing 2 Stardust Dragon if you are going with the double road here, just because of that interaction. The rest of the extra deck seems pretty much staple. Could maybe justify. No, I think you're probably fine with 2 and 2 still, even if you're not playing Elfin. But yeah. Anyways, yep, that's the deck list. Congrats to Isaiah's for topping with Vayu Turbo here. And I just want to give a shout out to the other, E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously for lending me the deck list, letting me cover it. So go check out his channel here at E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll have it down in the description. And then other YouTubers that are going over the other deck lists. Beast Mode already covered one of the deck lists here. I already watched it. So yeah, check him out to see that deck list. It looks like a morphing jar. Very, very curious about that. And then the Edison Club, it has a couple deck lists they're going to be going over. So they haven't posted that video yet, but they posted one of them. Lightsworn and Vayu. So yeah, go check out those. The Lightsworn deck list is very spicy. So yeah, go check out all those channels. And there's going to be a couple other channels going to be posting things too. So look out for those guys if you want to see those deck lists. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you later.